We're here with Julien Pilat, sail designer at Alinghi Red Bull Racing. So you're on board the chase boat today. It was pretty epic on the water, a bit of racing, a lot of side-by-side sailing. What were you looking out for today?
Well, today was a really good day for us because we started to do some two-boat testings. Obviously the breeze started to be quite light, between 9 to 10 knots, and then it ended up to bolt up to 15, 16 knots. And from a sail design point of view, I think it was actually quite good to see the increase in breeze, so we could see the change in flying shape, see how the boat behaves, and in terms of how the boat performs, it's also interesting to see the increase in true wind speed across the day, and also the change in sea state, which is also really important on a foiling boat. So all in all, it was a really good day, I think.
Can you explain how you carry out two-boat testing? What does your testing plan look like?
Well, we come up with some matrix of test, I guess. A two-boat testing, at the end of the day, we try to have a relative comparison. So a boat will carry one setup. It can be an hydro setup, it can be an aero setup, and then we go through different steps into the matrix. And we carry that along the day, then we record the data, and once we get back ashore, we can post-process and obviously spot the good moment, but also the bad moment.
So the two boats started on different jibs, one with a J2 and the other on a J3. What was the idea there?
Well, we had some plan, obviously, and some stuff that we wanted to investigate. We just that was part of the plan, to start like that in a different setup and see the change in boat performance from one jib to another.
So the wind picked up, and then you both boats had the J3 sailing side by side. Did you see a difference in the VMG?
Well, admittedly, I have to look at all the data, post-process that, and to be able to give you an accurate numbers, because at the end of the day, it's really hard to have a feel for a true difference just looking at numbers based on the water. It's important to post-process the data accurately and build confidence on the conclusion.
So you mentioned sea state earlier. Does a bigger swell have a significant difference on the performance of the sails? Is the airflow on the lower part of the sails?
It could be in some condition, but I guess as a sail designer, you're also interested into the transition and how the boat will operate in a dynamic way. And the dynamics is obviously a function of the wave, so that's the reason why we're also interested into those conditions.
And surely there are so many variables, different foils, different sails like you had today. How do you go about eliminating those variables?
Well, it's coming back to the planning and how we define the matrix. We have to be quite clever at defining the goals of the day. And I guess it's not an easy job. As you said, there are so many variables, and it's easy to draw the wrong conclusion. So it's an iterative process. You test some stuff, then you analyze, you learn. You might want to redo it to make sure it is working well, or you just move on in the learning slope.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing, Julien.
No worries.